bipartisan members of Congress from across the country, and we're waiting for a hearing. We're waiting to have a speaker bring it to the House floor. But as I mentioned, there are very few members of Congress whose kids are actually in a rural school district. They might have a rural district. That doesn't mean their kids are actually attending school in those rural parts. And so, you know, I make it very clear to my colleagues that this is not a luxury good. This is whether or not our kids get to go to school 5 days a week. You know, and that's just not a bargain we should let stay on the, you know, let be on the table. Not, this is foolish. And so increasing the urgency to make sure that we get a vote on the floor.
And once it passes on the floor and with the Senate side has already passed, do you have any confirmation that it will be signed into law by the president?
Well, you know, I think that a lot of people who supported the president are deeply impacted by this, and I hope that he is listening to us, that he is listening to our communities, and here's the urgency of our situation here, and swiftly does sign this into law, and that these funds are retroactively applied. They're already late. That's no way. I would never run my small business that way, and to ask our school districts to do that is unconscionable. So this is urgent, and so I hope that it's treated with that urgency by House leadership and also by the administration.
And just to make sure I understand the process, it's so the House floor vote is the only one keeping it from that next step forward?
I believe that the SRS was, I'm not sure that it would carry over from the Senate from I know last December they passed it through. So they might need to do it again. They might be able to hotline it through the Senate.
Which budget mechanism would this go into? Would it be the continuing resolution? What?
There's a few different options, and we'll have to see what is the most expedient where they are with FY25.
And with the change in Congress, the support of SRS has been somewhat diminished, I would think, by some exit of a few people? Or how can you address that?
You know, I think that, look, Congress, despite being such an old body of membership, there's shorter and shorter terms, and fewer people in Congress are aware of the deal that was made 24 years ago, and understand that this was a deal that we made, that, you know, and we feel like a lot of rural communities, a lot of timber counties, we have been dutiful in our end of the bargain, and we're asking the feds to be aware, my fellow electeds to be aware of the deal that was made and hold up their end of the bargain and get these funds allocated immediately.
Here's a question for anybody who wants to take it, but if it's approved, what would the delay appear to be, and are there impacts this year to the school?
Sure. It is in our current budget, and so the school district budgets are November through August, and so our current budget requires this. We cannot legislatively even reduce certificated staff, not that we want to, after May 15th of the year before. So when you look at this, we're going to have to go into the few dollars we have to maintain our old buildings and take capital money, reduce our fund balance, which makes us a lot less financially healthy. That puts us right on the line. These are not good options. So we'll have to make that adjustment, and then we wouldn't have it for the next one. We can, if it comes in this school year before August, we can make adjustments to get there. After that, it's too late.
All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you.